YouTube. What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're going to be talking about Locke Key Season 3, Episode 3, entitled 5 Minutes Past. Alright? Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know what we do. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to the next one, right? So, again, Locke and Key, Season 3, Episode 3, entitled 5 Minutes Past. Alright? So, for this episode, we open up with Bodhi hearing whispers. Once again, we got a new key. But it's nothing crazy. It just so happens to be that he found the chest key. So now we have the chest, we got the key, we can put all the rest of the stuff that needs to be hidden inside the chest, and we'll be safe, right? Anyways. And then we see Kenzie and Bodhi, and they're going to go check out the well and see the damage that Tyler was telling them about on the last episode. And then we see that the bars were broken, just like, you know, we saw actually happen, and we saw that Tyler actually saw the aftermath of it. And, you know, Kenzie and Bodhi end up talking about the fact that, you know, this couldn't have been an Echo that did this. Whoever did this really had, like, you know, real strength behind them. Therefore, like, possibly like a demon, you feel me? Bodhi gets mad because he asks where Nina is, and Kenzie tells Bodhi that, you know, Nina is with Josh. So he gets pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, this is probably having to do more so with the fact that they have a way to go back in the past and visit his father. If it wasn't for that key, I think that it would be easier for him to accept the fact that, you know, he's going out with Josh. Plus, you have the chance that, you know, Jamie, your best friend, could become your sister. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the fact that he's being able to go see his father now, if he can use the key, you know, it really bothers him. So anyways, from there we see Tyler goes to chill out with Logan. Kenzie is still looking around the well, and she actually discovers Eden's body at the bottom of the well. Gideon and his men go to some random house using the Anywhere key, and they still close so that way they can blend in with regular society, you know what I'm saying, to be able to you know, do their plan. Kenzie tells the Savinis about Eden in the well, at the bottom of the well. And then we see Bodhi tries to look for the time key in Nina's, you know, stuff, like her dressers and drawers, stuff like that, because obviously, you know, she has it. She's hiding it somewhere. And as he's looking for the key, Nina actually comes and catches him in the act. And instead of giving Bodhi the time key, she ends up using the head key on herself and taking Bodhi with her inside of her head. And then she wants to show him, you know, some memories that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do, and they go revisit this particular memory, and Nina chooses it, of course. But we see Randall, Bodhi, and Nina are outdoors camping, and everything is going good for a while. But then Nina sees herself drinking, and, you know, this was before Bodhi was. I'm sorry. Okay, so Nina sees herself drinking. And being that she had this whole problem with drinking, of course, now we're seeing that she had a problem with drinking in the past, when Randall was alive. She had problems with drinking in season 1 when you know when they moved into the Locke house and Randall was dead. So, this just being reminded of her problem with drinking, caused her to want to exit the memory out as fast as she could. So she does exit the memory of Bodhi. And this makes Bodhi even more so mad because he's like, he doesn't get the fact that she's disgraced by the fact that, remembering that she used to be an alcoholic. And alcoholic so much to the point where it ruined certain situations in her life, and she never saw it with these eyes because she was drunk experiencing it. Now she gets to see it kind of like, through the window, and, she's sober and she's seeing like how sloppy she was and the things that she caused to be a problem. So anyways, we see the Savinis, and they actually get rid of Eden's body. They throw her body over the cliff, which leads to like I believe like the ocean or something like that. Before doing so, Kenzie or the Savinis end up saying a few words, a few nice words to her, and then also they all sing a song. And then, like I said, they throw the body over the cliff. Kenzie figures, someone had to have done this. Like, Eden wasn't no dumb person, especially with her being possessed by a demon. She wasn't no dumb person. So somebody had to have pushed her into the well and killed her. But they just don't know who yet. Even though we know, they don't know. So anyways, from there we see Ellie, and she goes to the school for the coaching gig for the track team, and she overhears this lady named Cindy and some other girl, and they're basically talking about the fact of what people are gossiping about Ellie, as far as like her disappearance, and she left Rufus, and she all the stuff like that. And we all know that that's not exactly how things went down, but to the public eye, that's how it looks. So after a while, Ellie goes to confront Cindy, and then she leaves the school not wanting to work because everybody's gonna be gossiping about her. She doesn't want to deal with that. She already doesn't even want to talk about what happened to herself with Rufus. So what makes you guys think that she's gonna want to be staying and working at a place where she's gonna be constantly, probably under discussion as far as like what happened or whatever, in a negative way, So then from there we see Logan and Tyler, and they're talking, catching up and stuff like that. And then we also see that Tyler gets a text from Carly, which is the girl that took interest in him, at his job, at the construction job. So Tyler and Josh are, hanging out. I'm sorry, Tyler and Josh end up hanging out because Logan and Tyler end up running into Josh, and Josh is like, yo, you guys want to come to the museum? I'll give you guys a tour or whatever. And Logan's like, nah, I'll pass on that. So then it's just Tyler there, and then he's like, yeah, I'll go. So they start hanging out, and they go to the museum. Nina continues to use the head key to revisit the memories that, are haunting her, because she's seeing again that she was a drunk. She's seeing how much, she messed up being a drunk. And it was a lot, but I mean, you can forgive yourself, but it was a lot, So, like I said, we see, like I said, she had a drinking problem when Randall was alive. She had a drinking problem when Randall wasn't alive. And like I said, she just was so disgraced by these things. She didn't want Bodhi seeing these things, and Bodhi, her being drunk in front of Bodhi, like at that when she was visiting herself in the camp, as bad as that was, he was young. He probably didn't realize, whatever. But then to go back further and see, her being drunk in front of Kenzie and Tyler, and then also Bodhi being older, seeing this, maybe he may catch wind and be like, yo, like, what kind of mother were you? You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't want that to be seen, you know what I'm saying? At least by other people. So Josh and Tyler talk about, history while they're in the museum. And Tyler ends up seeing a medallion, and he recognizes it because on the night of the break-in with Gideon and his men, Gideon wore a medallion like that, and it's a captain medallion. And, he's like, how, this doesn't make sense, and da-da-da-da. But it makes sense to us because we know what's happening. But to him, it doesn't make sense, and, why would he be wearing something like that, and da-da-da-da. And then he fills Josh in on the fact that, somebody had ransacked their house on the wedding night. And Josh was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Josh was like, oh, that's weird. Nina didn't tell me about it. And then Tyler, finding out this new information, figuring that his sister really went to go put a report into the police officers, he goes to head to the police office and wants to give them this new information to help them, be able to find, these intruders easier. So we see Nina feels bad. About, like just seeing herself being drunk and stuff like that. She talks to Kenzie for a bit, but it's like a blockage of her being so sad and tormented from seeing her past that she doesn't even want to talk that much. Then we see Gideon goes to the museum that Josh teaches at, and they talk for a bit, and Gideon is basically looking for his weapons. And Josh tells him that, hey, those weapons, they were there when these things were founded, but they've been since moved to the library. So Gideon leaves, and he's going to go to the library now at this point. Kenzie goes to check on her mom because she was acting weird earlier, of course, and then her mom is like, I need my space and da 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 da. So she kind of shuns her out. So then from there we see Gideon and his men. They go to the library to get what they were looking for. We find out that they were looking for weapons. Like their guns, and then Gideon had some type of knife or whatever. Tyler goes to the police station to follow up, like I said, and he ends up getting there and finding out that Kenzie never made the report and that she was lying about it. Bodhi and Kenzie talk about Nina, and then Bodhi goes and finds the time key. All right, and he does actually find it. Nina goes back in her memories and is hurt by how much, like I said, of a drunk she was around her kids. But Kenzie ends up sneaking into the room and joins her memory and sees what her mom is, doing. And she realizes that her mom is making herself feel bad because of all this stuff that happened in the past. And Kenzie's like, you can't blame yourself for the past. You really can only live in the future. And, you're a good mother, and, you don't have to, you need to forgive yourself. So anyways, Tyler gets home, and he ends up confronting Kenzie about not filling in filing the report to the policeman. And he's like, why were you lying to me about it and stuff like that? And of course we know what's going on. And, she kept her word as far as not, reprising the memory that he has as far as all these things. Because if he used the key on him, everything will be good. He have his memory back, and they could be truthful to him. But since he doesn't, have those memories anymore, because he used the key to erase them, he doesn't remember things, and therefore she can't be as truthful as she wants to be, because things are not going to make sense. So then we see from there, we see Nina still looking at her hurtful memories, but she ends up seeing a memory that basically made her feel better about herself. And it was when Randall told her, like, hey, you're doing a good job, and I'm proud of you for going to these AA meetings, and you're taking every step that you need to take in order to get better, and things will get better, and I need you to forgive yourself. And that was kind of the same thing that, Kenzie had told, Nina earlier, like, you need to forgive yourself. So this really helps her and gets her out of that funk, and she's good to go now at this point. Then she goes to Kenzie, and she sees Kenzie crying, and she tells her, I'm sorry about, that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. But Kenzie's like, no, I'm not hurt about what happened between us. I'm hurt about what happened with me and Tyler. And I'm hurt that I have to keep lying to him and just whatever may be. And then Nina tells her, it's okay. Like, Tyler made his decision as far as wanting to forget what this magic stuff is all about. So we have to uphold that, what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So then from there we see Bodhi uses the time key, and I'm thinking Bodhi's about to go see his father, right? Bro, Bodhi goes back into the past to rub it in Gabe's face that he's gonna fail. And this was that scene where Bodhi was chained up, and Duncan was on the ground, whatever, and you had all these people. Like, it was a specific scene from the last season. And Bodhi goes to rub this in Gabe's face, and he's like, yo, like, how is this possible? You're right here. I got you chained up. Why are you over here? Whatever it may be. Bro, and then Duncan's like, oh my God, he found the time key or whatever. And then Gabe was like, oh, the time key, huh? Like, there's something else I didn't know about or whatever it may be. So he ends up walking up to Bodhi, using the changer key, and turns back to Dodge, right? Then Dodge chases Bodhi around the house while they're in the past. And then Dodge grabs Bodhi's leg right when he's about to transfer back to the present. And because of this, Bodhi has now accidentally brought back Dodge to the future. And then on top of that, bro, Bodhi tries in the present day, Bodhi tries to run away from Dodge. He does his plan where he's going to try to pretend like he used the ghost key and opens up the ghost door, and he lays out flat like that. And he's trying to trick Dodge into thinking that he left his body and that, he's in the ghost realm. She's not falling for that. She actually picks Bodhi up off the ground because she knows that he's still there present. She throws him into the ghost realm. She goes into the ghost realm. She flies back into the real world and takes over Bodhi's body, and then shuts the door, leaving the real Bodhi stuck in the ghost realm. Bro, this is about to get crazy. The next 5 episodes are going to get crazy. I knew when they introduced that time key, bro, that something was going crazy was going to happen. I'm like, yo, can people from the past come to the future? Can people from the future get stuck in the past? You know what I'm saying? Like what can happen? You feel me? And it did. Dodge is in the present day, and she's taken over Bodhi's body. But look, like, how does this affect the past? Is Eden still dead? Because Eden was killed by, because of the fact that Gabe was gone, and you know, she needs to release somebody from the the demon world, whatever you want to say, and so she released Gideon. If this doesn't happen, maybe Gideon isn't summoned. So what I'm trying to figure out is this: are we gonna have a situation where Gideon and Dodge are gonna team up and do their thing like that, or is it because now that Dodge has been brought to the future, maybe Gideon is not even in the future now no more, because maybe he was never summoned. You know what I'm saying? And like just certain things. It's like, yo, what is gonna happen, bro? This is looking great, bro. This is looking great. Three of my favorite scenes will be when Gideon and his men are getting their weapons, bro. Bro, Gideon is no joke. My dude was like, yeah, you see this knife? We call it a scalper. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you what it's about. And just, I was like, yo, he cut the library's like freaking top of his head off, bro. Like the skin. He scalped that fool for real. That was brutal. Second favorite scene would be Bodhi going into the past. And talking in the past where I didn't think he was gonna go. I thought he was gonna see his father, but he goes back in the past to talk crap to Gabe, and I'm like, this dude is this dude is funny. And then all the bad stuff happens, right? My third favorite scene would be when Dodge takes over Bodhi's body, bro. I didn't know that this was gonna happen, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, but like, dude, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. But what a ending! What an ending, man, for this episode 3. You know what I'm saying? What an ending. The grade for this, bro. Come on. If I can give it higher than a 10, I give it higher than a 10, but I can't. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Bro, if you guys saw this episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. What is gonna, like, what do you, now if you've seen the episode, the other episodes after this, don't come with your theories. With really not really being theories, just you knowing what's gonna happen because you saw the other episodes. If you ain't saw the other episodes, you ain't seen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me see some of them theories downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Let me see some of them theories in the comment box down below. Let me know what you guys really thought about this episode. You know what I'm saying? Because this was a game changer episode. The time key was a game changer item, and this episode 3, 5 minutes past, was a time changer episode, bro. This. No point intended. But no pun intended. But still, yeah, let me know what you guys thought about in the comments down below, yo. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Callie. Until next time.